Hello everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. In case we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flexibility practice. I am going to use 2 blocks today just to lay on throughout the class. A pillow would probably work as well. You're going to need a little bit of space to move as always, and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down. And normally I do lay on a bolster or a pillow, but I want something a little firmer today. So I'm going to lay on 2 blocks, just optional. You can lay flat on your back as well. You might also make a diamond shape with your legs if you want to get into your hips a little bit. If you only have 1 block to use, you might even place it underneath kind of your upper back. You could let your head fall back and bring some length into the front of the neck if that feels good for you. But I want you to find a place where you're a little bit comfortable, but also maybe feeling something. So if you want to get into your hips, make a diamond shape. If you want to get into your shoulders, you can bring your arms out wide or maybe even reach your arms above your head, letting your palms face up. Just making some final adjustments so that we can just stay here for a few moments. Closing your eyes if you haven't already. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel the air fill you up. Slow, deep breath out. Feel the air leaving your body. And do that again. A slow, deep breath in, followed by a slow, deep breath out. Just allowing yourself to relax. Slow down. Maybe you will scan your body. Just notice where you're feeling some extra love today. Breathing softness into any of those places that need it. Just continuing to let go of your day. You did move your arms above your head. You can start to bring them back to your sides. And if you have your knees or your legs in a diamond shape, you can start to come back as well, planting your feet on your mat. Bending the knees. If you are laying on top of something, let's come off of it for a little bit. Slide any of those things off to the side. We'll all lay flat on our back. You can keep your feet planted, or you could give your knees a big hug. Maybe taking a few rocks side to side, giving your low back a massage. And then we're going to be bringing our knees over to the left side. So bring your feet down if they're lifted. Our knees are going to tip to the left. You can reach your arms out to weigh down your shoulders for your twist. And maybe your legs will stack on top of one another. Maybe your top leg can come a little bit closer towards your left shoulder. Maybe your left arm can even kind of hold your left or your right leg in place, a little closer to that left shoulder, just an option. And maybe your bottom leg, your left leg, it can stay bent, or you could send that leg out long down towards the bottom of your mat. Maybe shimmy it down there a little bit so it's a little straighter. And if you did send your left leg out long, start to slide it back. Maybe slide it right underneath your top leg. And if you're holding on to your top leg, let go of it. See if you can stack your legs on top of one another just a little bit more. Maybe the feet, maybe the shins, maybe the knees. Maybe you're even noticing that your hips are stacking right over top of one another. Maybe not quite. Take one more breath here on this side. And then you can use an inhale to lift your legs back up. Rotate the hips. Lay flat on your back again. Take a moment. If you want to rock your knees side to side a few times before switching sides, you definitely can do so. Eventually, our knees will fall over towards the right side though. Maybe stacking the legs on top of one another. Adjusting the shoulders. You could reach your arms out wide. Or maybe your top knee will just come a little closer towards your right shoulder. Kind of like you want to give your leg a little bit of a hug. Staying here, or maybe your bottom leg will scooch down and straighten. Just finding your breath. Enjoying the twist. You did send your bottom leg out long. You can start to slide it back. Letting go of your top leg if you are hugging it. See how much you can stack your legs on top of one another. See how much your hips, the left, wants to stack over top of the right. And then take just one more breath. Using an inhale to lift your legs back up out of your twist. Lay flat on your back again. Maybe taking a couple rocks of the knees side to side. Massaging through the low back. We will be coming all the way over and onto our hands and knees. So if you want to roll to one side or rock yourself up, that is up to you. But coming on to your hands and knees, we're gonna bring our knees out wide. Big toes together, sitting back on the heels first. If you wanna grab something for the forehead, maybe a pillow, maybe a block, maybe just your mat. But see if you can sit back on your heels first. And then let's drop the forehead down. Maybe your hips can stay connected to your heels. Maybe your forehead can rest on something or on your mat. And just relaxing your arms out in front of you. Child's pose. Not here long. If you do want to lengthen through the front of the neck, it might feel good to rest your chin. Gaze forwards. You can skip this part if it's too much. Still relaxing through your arms, your shoulders, your hips. Maybe letting your eyes close. If you are resting your chin, just go nice and slow to take it down, take it off, or lift it up if you're on your mat. But you can remove any sort of pillow that you were using and maybe just stacking your fists. Make a pillow with your fists. And then we are going to be taking these fists and getting into our forearms a little bit. So you can lift up onto your knees maybe. And start with our right arm. You're going to make a fist. Bring your forearm down. Hold your fist nice and tight with your left hand. And then just start to lift your elbow, lift your forearm up. Holding your wrist nice and tight. Keeping the top of the hand connected to the mat and feeling this through the forearm, through the wrist, maybe all the way up to the shoulder. If you lifted your elbow up, slowly start to bring it down. Let your hands go, wiggle the fingers a little bit. The left arm can come down. You can make your fist, hold on to it, keep it nice and tight, and then see how much you can lift the elbow. Straighten the arm. Keep your fist nice and tight. The top of your hand connected to your mat. Awesome work, you guys. Slowly release. Bring your arm back down. Let your hands go, your fists go. Give your fingers a shake, your wrists a little shake if you would like. We're going to lay down again. The option to put something underneath your low back, under your hips. So you can lay down and maybe you'll slide something underneath your low back. Just keeping your feet planted, your knees bent. If you are using an actual block, you've got some different heights to work with. If you're using a pillow, you probably only have one height to work with. If you have nothing to rest your hips on top of, you can just hold your hips up with some effort. But you can also extend your legs out long. If you're resting on top of something, bring some length into the top of the hip flexors. Relaxing through the arms, shoulders. Letting your hips be completely supported by what they're resting on. And if you did send your legs out, to walk them back in, one at a time. You have your hips resting on something. They could stay there, or you could take it out. But we're going to be lifting our knees towards our chest, our feet up. So if you have your hips resting on something, that is up to you. You can keep your knees bent if your feet are floating. You could send the legs up a little straighter, the feet a little higher. But just taking another moment here to relax through the arms, the shoulders, the upper body. Feel your low back connected to whatever it is resting on, if that's your mat or a block or pillow. And if you did bring some length into your legs, slowly start to bend them again. And bring your feet back down to your mat if they're still lifted. If you do have your hips resting on something, you can slide it out now. Move it off to the side again. Connect your low back to your mat. Maybe add a few gentle rocks of the knees side to side, giving your low back a massage. And you might even turn your chin over towards your left shoulder, and then all the way over to the right. Letting your head roll back. Slowing down any rocks of the knees. Extending your legs out long, one leg at a time. Your feet out wide. Bringing your arms to your side. And flipping your palms to face up. Settling right into Shavasana. And staying here for as long as you have time for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, Namaste.